Hey everyone, Tech Steve here. Welcome back to the channel. If you own a Sony television similar to this Bravia 3 or any type of Sony television, a lot of features that you might have on the television might not be utilized. So in this video, I'm going to give you my 9 favorite tips and tricks to get the most out of your television. Let's get into it. For the first tip, I'm going to show you how to use the Sony Media Player. But the first thing we need to do is just find it here on this app list. And as you can see, it's right here. Now I'm going to go to the computer to show you how you can prepare your media on an external drive. Now I'm going to show you how to format the disk so you can start adding your own files. Now if you have a PC, it's going to be a different setup. But on Apple computer, you're going to hit Disk Utility. And then you want to find the drive, which is right here. Next, you want to go over to Erase. And you want to make sure that you choose exFAT. So I'll just go ahead and type this in as a demo. And then you want to go ahead and erase. Once that's completed, you can go and close that out. So next I'm going to make a folder for each media format that I want to use. So as you can see here, I made one for videos, music, and pictures. And then just drag your files right into these different folders, and then we'll go back to the TV. Now the first thing I want to show you is video. So when we click on that, keep in mind if you choose another folder that's not video, it will not display. So if I go down to video, I can then choose the video that I have on the disk. Now if you press on the center button, you get some options here at the bottom, such as repeat, as well as shuffle, details, and all that good stuff. Now, if you want to see your photos, the same thing. You got to go to the photo or picture album, and then you can display your pictures on the television. And if you want to do some manipulation, you can press on the center of the remote. You can go down to the bottom. You can zoom into the picture, as you can see right there. You also can fill the screen and get details off the picture. To play the music off your TV, just press on Music. Choose the music folder where you put all your files in, and then you can go and play your files no problem. Now you have your music loaded up. You can change tracks. You can do a few other features, but it all depends on the file structure of the disk. See, it plays perfect. Love it. Next, we're going to talk about Sony Picture Core. Now what this is a format with Sony only movies, and the great thing is it does support up to 80 megabits per second, so you can get the best picture quality possible. And they say that this is close to Blu-ray quality if you don't have a Blu-ray player. Now the first thing is in here, you can search for different movies, and keep in mind this is all Sony movies, so you're going to get the best image quality possible. Another thing about this particular format is that if you have an IMAX enhanced television, these are dedicated movies for IMAX audio and video, so you're going to get an incredible experience. And keep in mind, you get to select up to 5 of these free with your new account. They also have studio access, so you can see behind the scenes of different movies. So if you're just wondering about how some of these movies were created, this is a walkthrough of just that. Under settings, you can also choose Dolby Atmos or 5.1. When you turn on this Pure Stream, this is where it's going to give you that 80 megabits per second to give you lossless UHD picture quality and a wide range of content. So this is something you definitely want to turn on, but you want to make sure you have enough data or fast enough internet to use this service. So there's a quick look at Sony Picture Core. Again, you can rent movies from anywhere you like, but if you want to get the best experience, I do recommend you try this particular app out. But another cool feature about this is that it's pre-calibrated for Sony televisions. And if you have a more advanced mini LED Sony television, you also get calibrated settings for Netflix and Prime Video as well. Now I'm going to show you how to use the PS Remote Play, and this is going to allow you to log into your PS5 and play it anywhere in your house via Wi-Fi. So the first thing you want to do is press on the PS Remote Play application on your television, and the great thing is that this is compatible with different Google operating system TVs. Next, you want to go ahead and press on Sign In, and then you'll get a barcode on the screen. Take your smart device and scan the barcode, and then open up the application. You'll then get this pop-up to approve the sign-in of the PS5. Now from the TV screen, you can confirm and continue. Then you're going to need to connect a controller to the television, and I'll show you that in just a minute. Now it is compatible with PS5 and PS4. Since I have a PS5, I'll go and select on that. And then the next thing you need to do is go into your PS5 console, which we have up on the screen. Go down to your system, go down to Remote Play, and make sure that you enable the Remote Play. Now back on the TV's menu, as long as you have that Remote Play enabled, you want to press OK. And then it's going to use the internet to connect the television directly to your PS5 or your PS4, depends on which console you have. Now that it's pairing, it's checking network, and now the PS5 is on the screen. In order to pair, you're going to need to connect a controller to the television. So if you go into settings and go to remote accessories, you'll see this right here. And then you want to go ahead and hit pair accessory. On the controller, you're going to press this PS5 button and this option button here together until the Bluetooth starts blinking. Now once the TV finds it, you want to press on pair. And now it's connected, as you can see right there on the television. Now in order to play games, we want to go back to the home screen. In order to play your gaming console remotely, go back over to PS Remote Play. You're going to choose your console that you previously set up. Just keep in mind the resolution can be variable according to your internet speed and things like that. But overall, it seems to be a pretty seamless experience as far as moving around your PS5. For tip number 5, we're going to talk about timers and clocks. This is something that I think a lot of people may be interested in. So when you click on timers and clocks, you will get this particular pop-up. So you can add different timers where the TV will turn on automatic. If you go over to the gear, you can edit, and you can also choose what inputs. If you have a TV tuner plugged in, you can choose the channel, the volume, the duration, and you have timer activation. You also have a sleep timer where you can choose from 15 minutes up to 120 minutes to turn itself off. Most Sony TVs also have a built-in alarm clock. So if you go over here and press on edit, you can choose what time that you want the TV to give you an alarm. You can repeat every day, or you can choose which days that you want. And you can also control the volume of the television whenever it goes off. A feature I really like is called clock display. So you can have it to display a clock on the screen at all given times if you really need that. Or you can have it to turn itself on every hour. And what it'll do is just pop down on the screen and disappear after a few seconds. And that's really what I recommend if you want to use this settings. The next thing we're going to talk about is SDR Picture mode. So I have a movie pulled up. And if you hit the little gear on the remote control, you can change it to different formats like Vivid, Standard, Cinema, Game, and a few other ones down here. But Cinema is going to give you the best natural picture. Another thing I would do is go over here where it says power saving mode and turn that off. And this is going to allow you to have full manual control over the television. If we bring up the picture settings, you can see that I do have the auto picture mode turned off. And what this will do is automatically adjust based off the light in your room. So make sure you turn that off, because you'll get an inconsistent picture. What you want to do is go over to where it says Advanced, and then you can manually look at everything right here. So you can control your brightness, your contrast, gamma. You also can mess around with your colors, and you have different ones. I tend to like Expert 1. It just seems to be a little bit more to my likings. In some cases, you can adjust these calibration settings, but I wouldn't really mess with that just now. Now, as far as clarity, you can change the sharpness. You have motion reality. I would say leave that on automatic. Unless you have a low quality signal, I would leave random noise off, digital noise reduction off. And then we have motion. Now, as far as motion flow, I like to customize it. And this allows you to control the smoothness and the clearness. And this is going to be great. If you have that soap opera effect, you can go adjust this out. And again, this is something you can play with based off of your particular input. Now, Sony does have what they called video signal. I'll leave it on automatic. And if you don't like the settings that you chose, you can hit reset to get everything back to normal. In order to adjust your HDR, just go to YouTube application, type in HDR and find a movie or a video that's in HDR. Then you can hit the gear on the remote control, go into your picture settings, and you will see HDR in the corner. Now the settings are almost the same. I like to leave it on cinema. Also, I like to adjust the brightness, see it's at max. Just kind of adjust it, eyeball it according to if your room is bright or dark. Same thing with colors. And then we have advanced settings. Inside of here, we have all the same settings you get in SDR. And again, this is stuff you can manually go in here and adjust to your likings. But for me, I like to use the same settings that I use in SDR. Now, the great thing about setting this up is that if you watch a HDR content, all these settings will remain the same as long as you're on the same cinema mode. And if you go into SDR content, it'll readjust itself to the SDR settings that you have on your TV originally. Now we're going to talk about the remote control. Of course, you have your power button to turn the TV off and on. And then if you scan for channels with the built-in TV tuner, you can press TV right there to go directly to it. You have a gear here. When you press on it, you do get this bottom screen, which is great. And the thing you can do with this as well is you can edit this little checklist, and you can disable or turn things on that you might not want to use. You hit back, and this will go back to the main screen. And you do have a menu button that you can pull up on certain different applications. Now this is the navigation key. Again, you can go up and down, press the center for OK, and then you have a back button. So for example, if I pull up this right here, I can press back and that'll get rid of it. You have your home screen that takes you back to the main Google operating screen. You have your volume up and down. Right here you have your voice commands, so you can give your TVs different commands. And then you have your channel up and down. Again, that's only good if you're using the built-in TV tuner. Down here we have this little gear, and what this is going to do is bring over the Google side menu so you can easily get access to different features like screensaver, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and things like that. If you plan media on it, you can play pause right here, and this button right here will give you options to use different applications that are built into your TV or applications that you downloaded. We also have hotkeys to go directly to different sources, and if we turn the TV off, and let's say I want to go to YouTube, I can press it one time, and what it's going to do is turn the TV on and go directly to the application, which is a pretty cool feature. So there you have it, 9 tips and tricks that you can use on your Sony television today. If you have comments, go ahead and leave it below. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel because we got some really great stuff coming out in the near future. Thanks a lot for watching. I'm Tech Steve, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.